everybody, welcome to the Redneck Outdoorsman. I'm Mike, and today we'll be going over what I carry in my daily driver slash bug-out vehicle. Alright, now some of the stuff you'll notice is kind of loose. That's because I have not yet gotten to set up my bug-out bag. So, let's move along. Start here. This is one of the items that is going to go in my bug-out bag. This is my first aid kit. Now it's just a basic Red Cross first aid kit, but I have, let's see if I can do this without dropping anything, substantially modified it. And you can set up your first aid kit any way you like. Me, I set mine up to cover from basic to about light trauma. First aid. Deep gashes, that kind of stuff. Moving along. It's another item. This is my Streamlight Stinger flashlight. The older model with the incandescent light bulb. It's rechargeable, it works. The charger isn't in the truck, it's plugged in inside the house right now. The sheath is the sheath holster is actually the holster from a H&R 22 pistol, and yeah, alright, little Energizer headlamp, backup battery. This will charge for my phone, will charge just about anything, and it's light enough to carry. And medication. Right now it's not full at all, but it'll be carrying all kinds of medication. From pain relievers, antidiarrheal, that kind of stuff. Alright. Now, we have the, now, 100-foot of paracord. Good to have with you. Always need cordage. Alright, now, this is the stuff I'll be carrying with me. I have, on here, 2 canteens. They're the plastic ones, but they'll work. I'm looking at getting stainless steel in the near future. Here, I have my large cutting tool. This is the United UC 384 stainless steel knife. It's a hunting knife actually, but I use it as a chopping and large cutting blade. It's not a bad knife, really easy to take care of if done right. Actually, I got a pretty good edge on it. I'll be doing a review on this one later. Alright, let's move to the other side. Right here, I have my True Night Archer A2 version 2. Let's see if you can see that. It's a AA flashlight which will go up to 430 lumens. It's got 5 power settings from Firefly to Strobe, which goes Firefly, low, medium, high, and strobe. And I'll also be doing a review on this one later too. And this is also this is also my everyday carry flashlight. Sorry about the noise. The street is literally right next to me, so I can't exactly do much about it. But this is my everyday carry flashlight. I love this thing. Alright, now, moving to this. Actually, this is a U.S. military first aid kit holder. But I've outfitted it to hold some of my other gear. This is the Gerber suspension multi-tool. This is the one I chose to carry. Now, a lot of people have problems with Gerbers. I don't see much issues with them. I do have some complaints, but I don't want to go into them right now. I want to keep this video relatively short. So, I'll be also doing a review on this one. Next up, surprise, surprise, a ladies' compact. Now, I'm a guy. Let's get this straight. Inside, look what you have. It's a mirror. Now, you can use this to signal with. And you don't have to go out and buy a couple dollar signal mirror. Light. Also, you can use it to check your face and do other stuff. Next up, matches. No explanation needed. I carry a couple boxes in here. Here, I have a very special kit. This is my fire kit. I've got a alright. I've got a couple of wet fire starters in here. And a baggie with dryer lint. Also, to be added to this kit in the future will be my flint and will be my fire steel. Or actually it's called a ferro rod, sorry. I keep calling it fire steel. But it'll be added to that kit in the future. This, right now, is just an empty tin, but this is going to be turned into a stove, portable wood-burning stove. And that's it for that. Put this stuff away. Alrighty. Moving along to what actually stays in the truck. Let's start with this bag over here. Hang on, let me wait for these cars and people to go by. Alright. Read, it's a... Hang on. Sorry, I had to wait for some people to go by. Alright, back to it. This is one of the bags I carry. This is what I carry my electrical in, or electric tools in. First off, we have the DeWalt DCL 040. It's a 110 lumen LED shop light. Runs off the standard 20 volt max battery from DeWalt. Relatively light, good beam, and pretty bright. I'll be doing a review on this too in the future too. Alright, next up we have the DCB 090 power station. This will allow you to charge your phone, your camera, your tablet, anything that has a USB plug off of your 20 volt or 12 volt batteries from DeWalt. This will also be getting its own review. Alright, moving along the line. We have the 20 volt DeWalt DCF 885 impact driver. This is a great little tool. Bit heavy to carry around. I would not pack this anywhere. Same with just about any of these DeWalt tools. Because batteries weigh a ton. But they're nice to have. And then, last but not least, everyone knows what this is. It's a 20 volt DeWalt cordless drill. The DCD 780. It's a multiple speed drill, reversible, very nice drill. Light, great balance. Alright, now moving on to accessory kits. These aren't the greatest drill bits in the world, but they do work. I'm looking at getting a better set in the future. Alright, now these are kind of cool. These are called speed outs. They are basically broken screw, stripped out or broken screw removal tools. And they work pretty well. Next up and last, we have this. This is the bit set for my impact driver. Don't really need to go into it, but it's got just about every type of bit you'd ever want. It has hex, Torx, security hexes, Phillips, flatheads, square, offset, all metric torque, yeah, metric, crap, I'm blanking. Metric Allen wrenches, yeah, that kind of stuff. Now, you may have noticed I didn't pull a charger out of here. That's because the charger, like the Streamlight, is inside plugged in. I also don't keep this bag in the truck all the time. Because this is like about $300, $300 or $400 worth of tools right here. And in the neighborhood I'm in, not the greatest. So I really don't keep it in the truck. Moving along. Now, everybody should know what these are. Coolant. Extra water. I keep 3 gallons of it in this truck currently because I need to do a radiator swap on her. But extra coolant is always a good thing to carry. Okay, I don't need to talk about that. Alright. Moving on. Box of nitrile gloves. Good to have. Keep your hands clean. Give you some protection from the cold. Alrighty. Next up, we have inside this bag, which houses 2 if I can get them untangled, 2 older model 2-way mics. I don't know if you can see this real well, but yeah, 2 older style wireless communication devices. They'll work relatively well if you're alone with like another person or somebody. Oops. I turned that off. It's great for communicating. So, keep on moving along. Right here. Where I keep the jack. They're just a standard Toyota bottle jack, sold at all Toyotas of the time. It screws on it and just sits in here. And then we have down here, actually 2 things that need to be replaced because they've gone bad. Sunscreen and bug spray. Very good to keep on you. And keep in your vehicle. I do need to be checked every now and then. Alrighty, moving along. Start here. This has actually been in the house. I needed them. Pair of crescent wrenches. Or not crescent wrench. Channel locks. Good tool. Good thing. Always good to carry. Now, my tool box. Now this box is actually a Cold War era SKS shipping crate from Russia. The kit, I had to modify it to make it fit in the truck. So it's a little smaller than a standard shipping crate, but it works. Alright. Moving on. We have some burlap sacks. Now these work great for not just trash bags, but for putting between stuff to basically as a crap, I know the word. Well, as a barrier. Keep them from rubbing together. so you can wrap stuff in them and protect it. This one is one of those plastic ones you get. You see the companies sometimes carry. Some companies carry. Alrighty. Now, as you tell, rags. Always good to carry around. Brake fluid. Now, my truck has a manual transmission, so I need to carry both. This works great as both for my clutch and my brakes. And this is a big bottle, so it'll go a little further. A shovel. Now, yes, I should have probably a bigger shovel than this. But in a pinch, it will work. It's just the Coleman camp shovel. Not a bad thing to carry around. Also, oh, there it goes. Also, if I do it, get it to work. I haven't used this in years. You can also turn it into a pickaxe, allowing you to break up chunks of hard dirt. But yeah, and it collapses down. Actually, Coleman didn't do such a bad job on the case itself either. Now, if everyone else would learn that Velcro is not a great bonding material, we'll have it made. Alright. Moving on. We have this. This is a tire patch kit. This, I carry all kinds of stuff in it. I have the plugs for the tires. This is to remove the valve stem out of the valve. The awl to basically make the holes. I also have a few, I wonder if you guys can see it. I don't think it's going to focus. Up there it goes. A few extra valve stem centers. Valve cores. Allowing me to, if I lose one, I don't have to worry about it too much. And I have the tool that puts the plug into the tire. I ain't going to show you how to plug a tire. Maybe in the near future. Maybe in the future. I don't know. And then, a tire pressure gauge. Standard stick gauge. And that's all. Works great for fixing tires. Now, another thing I don't have in here I want to get is an air compressor. Now, also, I carry an extra 2 quarts of 10W30 motor oil. This is what I use in my truck. I carry extra oil along. Carrying extra fluids is almost essential. Now, I do have one thing I don't carry, because my truck really doesn't go through it all that much, is gear oil. Because I have the manual transmission, I have to carry extra gear oil. I have to sometimes put gear oil in the transmission, in the differentials, and the other stuff. Well, I don't carry extra bottles, like I probably should. But for what I have, I actually do pretty well. Let's put this all back in here. And y'all will, if y'all will excuse me. Sorry about that, I got called away. So, back, moving along. Next up will be this compartment. So, I carry a set of mechanical gloves in here. Now these are Napa brand. A lot of people like mechanics. A lot better brand. They're a lot better quality gloves, but the Napa ones will work too. I got these for free, so I ain't going to complain. Alrighty. Next up, a lot of problems you find on cars nowadays are going to be electrical. So I carry a volt ohms meter, or also known as a multimeter. It'll measure voltage, ohms, which is resistance, and amperage up to a certain amount. I think this one goes only up to 10 amps. So anything over it will ruin your will blow the fuse in your meter. It's not a bad idea to carry spare fuses for your meters. So if you accidentally do. Alright. Next up, we have the truck first aid kit. It's made out of an old metal coffee can. Now I want to upgrade this to a more versatile first aid kit than this. This is just your basic cut, scrapes, bang ups. But in here I have another box of matches. Surprise, surprise. A container, I don't know if you can read that, of lip balm. An ace bandage. This actually was the one that came out of there originally. These are, well, they're called finger condoms. There's when you do damage to your finger and you have to bandage it, these you can slide them over your finger and it'll help protect it from water, dirt, and other stuff. Bandages. I got a bunch of them in here. just regular Band-Aids. Roll of tape. Now, I do need to get a new bottle, but a bottle of Visine. Get stuff in your eye. Alright, this is kind of cool. This is a face shield for CPR. Now you can get these around too. Comes in a little keychain clip, so you can hook it to your keychain. I keep it in the first aid kit. Alright, we have itch relief for bug bites. We've got little packets of bacterial ointment. A tube of bacterial ointment. A box of gauze pads. And last but not least, probably these need to be swapped out because they're filthy, but a set of synthetic gloves. Because there are a lot of people out there now that have allergic reactions to latex. So this is a nice safe bet to keep in your first aid kit. Now let's put all this away so that I don't lose it all. And there we go. It's all back in there. Alright, next up we have just a multi-head screwdriver. Heads are probably somewhere in here. This is something I want to change out. I don't really like this one. This is an oil filter wrench. It opens up and clamps around the oil filter and you can unscrew it. I don't like this style. Someone gave this to me and I've never been able to make it work. The heads for the multi-head screwdriver. And I just have a bunch of, in the bottom here, I have multiple different size screwdrivers. Now here's something you'll hear from a lot of people who buy tools for their cars. They say you have to buy quality brand name tools. You look at a lot of the stuff I have, you'll see it says Pittsburgh on it. That's because I go to Harbor Freight. I don't want to keep Craftsman or snap-on or Matco tools inside the truck just in case someone breaks in and steals them. It would not be a good thing if they did. Those tools run you in the hundreds of dollars range sometimes. Alright, now putting this back. Next up, this next small compartment, we have cotton twine. Just more cordage. Not going to support a lot of weight, but it's 420 foot of twine. You could make a lot of stuff work with this. You can hold stuff on, you can hold stuff down. It can work. Next up, we have jute twine. 3 rolls. This is just a natural hemp twine. Again, not a bad thing to have. Underneath that, I have zip ties. Now these aren't top of the line. These are just basic, cheap cable ties. I would not put my life on the line, put faith in these to restrain a person with them. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the thick gauged, heavy duty ties. Under there. These will probably go in underneath there. I have a pair of leather gloves. Now these gloves will probably go in my bug-out bag. Because I have another set in the truck too. Underneath that, I have extra light bulbs for my truck. Now here's the thing, you want to keep your light bulbs somewhere where they're not going to get broke. So on the top of all your stuff, you want to keep your box light bulbs. Or packaged light bulbs. Next up, a little section of fuel line. Could have some usage there. Underneath that, I have a memo pad. Good for taking notes or leaving notes on other people's cars if you want to let them know you were there. Sorry about this, everybody. Getting in and out of here is not the easiest thing in the world. Just another large screwdriver. Someone driving. Yeah, sorry about that. Somebody stopped just about past the driveway, so I was kind of watching them, see what they were doing. Moving on. Then we have the large crescent wrench. Now, this is more or less just a large tool that I really don't need. And hereby I have it. Next up, I have a damaged screwdriver. This is one I found. Looks like someone tried to modify it or did something with it. So I basically use this for prying now. Damn flies. Next up, a little magnetic light. Now I don't have batteries in it because they went bad, but I will be putting batteries in it in the future. It's got, whoops, wrong side. It's got light LEDs here and a big LED here. And it's got a magnet here. You can magnetize this and stick it up on, or you can stick the magnet to the bottom of your hood. And basically, or it's got a hook and you can hang it. But this will give you a little bit of light inside the car, under the hood or inside the car at night. Next up, we have just another crescent wrench. This one's a smaller one. And a set of needle nose pliers. Another thing, whoa! Another thing to have on. Alright. Moving down the line, we have just more long screwdrivers, pair of standard wire cutters, or wire dikes, or side cutters, whatever you want to call them. That's all they are. Another pair of needle nose pliers, never have enough of them. Another pair of channel locks. And wire strippers. And wire repair tools. Wire repair tools. It's got a stripping edge, crimp, cutting, and also cut through screws here at the where the holes are. Like I said, electrical will be your main problem with vehicles. So, alright, moving on, we have some feeler gauge setups. Nice to have if you have to do real fine measurements. And this is a spark plug gap tool to allow you to set the gaps on your spark plugs if you ever have to change them. Another thing I don't carry in here, spare spark plugs and cables. And I probably should. So the incident we had with my dad's truck where he burned a spark plug wire in half. Next up, a little 12-foot tape measure. Great if you need to measure something. And a standard set of slip joint pliers. There it goes. Not all that great quality, but they work. And last but not least, I carry. They're not the best, they're not the most expensive. I carry a set of these. They're ratcheting wrenches. One of the original designs. Like I said, they're not the best quality. They're not meant for torquing down. But they will work in a pinch. These I don't put a lot of faith in. They sit on the bottom of my toolbox. So let me put this all away. That's all? Alright. Moving on. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. I'm being called that again.